offer anterior restoration and SDR. No? As I said, anterior restoration and posterior, the same procedures and steps. No? Yung discard lang how you will build up. Kasi anterior, lalo mo ask mo the technique. Hindi naman yung stamp technique, hindi naman yung sa mga ginagamit natin dyan, right? So from this point, I'd like to discuss a 4-6 using a reinforcement. Good techniques. Actually, hindi masyadong nito. Kaso very rarely ginagawa ng clinician. Okay, here we have a tooth number 4-6. Obviously, it is endodontic related tooth. No? So endodontic related tooth, vital or non-vital, we have the same steps. Okay. Now, we have 3 bonding techniques or etching techniques. These are self, selective, total etch. So, sabi total etching, it means it is usually used or done sa mga anterior restorations. Because you etch only the enamel. Diba? So, makapal yan, diastema closure, laminates, or maybe a class 4, very rare, sobrang lalim. Kaya total etch tayo. Ang selective etching, ito usually na-encounter natin. Because you select the enamel to the etch. No? Meron mo siyang big amount of enamel, that's why you do not do self-etching. The self-etching, wala na talagang enamel. Okay. So these are the 3 techniques. Now, after you etch it for 15 seconds, you wash it with water, and then you remove the excess of the water. As I've said from my previous lectures, why excess of the water lang? Because you want the surface to be always moist. You do not need a constricted, no, a dehydrated collagen fibers. Kasi pag dehydrated yan, you'll be having a hard time, what? Penetrating the dentinal tubules. What you want to achieve is a moist surface to have a good etching and bonding down on the dentinal tubules. Para pumasok siya sa loob, dapat moist siya. That's why there's such a re-wetting. Ano yung re-wetting? Anyone knows what is re-wetting? Wala. So pag re-wetting, for example, na-overdry mo, naging ganito ang itsura ng collagen fibers mo. And you'll be having a hard time placing your adhesive. So what you have to do is you re-wet it. You apply water para maging moist ulit siya. No? And then, procedure again. Gawin ito agad yung procedure again. Para to have a good penetration of the bonding agent. Okay, now, if you achieve that, then you will have this resin tag formation. Kung ulit kayo dito, kasi ito yung napaka-importante, longer and more tags, lateral tags, is the key to success of a more retentive composite into the prepared cavity. Kaya nag-i-stay si composite resin sa tooth structure because of the resin tag formation. Kung wala kang resin tag formation, hindi mag-i-stay. Diba? Sure ka na may resin tag formation. Walang contamination. Kasi pag may contamination, pwedeng hindi mag-form ng resin tags sa mga. Okay. Now, how many times do you bond? Ulit, ilan? Twice. Kasi we all know that bonding agent is made out of what? Solvent, which can be in a form of ethanol, and the other one is acetone. So, pag ito, mapunta pa lang doon, mapunta sa ngipin ng tahan na evaporate na, so hindi masyadong effective. Ito ang key to success natin, di ba? Magkaroon ka ng bonding agent, may resin tags ka. So, that will defeat the purpose of doing your composite. Kaya mag-second application. Kung third application po, that does have any clinical value, save mo na lang siya. Okay? Ganon. So, as soon as I'm done, dito na papasok yung new technology natin. Which is a fine. I'm sure you know this. Diba? Di na new technology. Pero, very rare that you use that sa clinic, no? Bakit? Mahal mo yan. So, basically, kung medyo mahal, hindi na natin masyado. Pero, if you have an endodontically treated tooth and the patient is not yet ready for, what? A crown, due to financial capacity to pay, syempre, baka wala siyang pang-pay, pwede natin reinforce this using fiber. Okay? Lalagay tayo ng fiber. Ang fiber kasi, special material yan that you cannot cut it by your scissors with special scissors siya. So what you have to do, measure mo. For example, ang big spot niya, bakal, puntal, lingual wall. Tatakpan mo siya ng fiber just like this. So again, you impregnate it sa flowable material. Isisiksik mo dyan ng flowable sa mga tawag. Isisiksik ang tawag sa fiber na gano'n? Tulungan din naman ako. Wala ko pala eh. Anong tawag na? Mesh? Hindi mesh na isa pa yun. Strands? Hindi meron pa isa pa. Weave! Meron ako. Gusto. Isa weave niya. Sisiksik mo siya doon. And then, pag okay na siya, ilalapat mo siya doon sa weak surface and then cure it. When you cure it, you internat it. And you stabilize it. And you reinforce it. Gets the class? Ngayon, what if I place my medial and distal wall, no? With this fiber, what will happen? Ano mangyayari? Pag pinlace ko, masisira. Ano mangyayari? What will happen? For example, yung mismo, nilagyan nyo ng reinforcement. Diba? Uy, anong ginagawa? Sige, sagot. Anak, tayo. What will happen if you place the fiber on not a weak tooth structure? Kasi gusto mo high-tech eh. Gusto mo, hindi. Ano ka to? Anong tawag dito? O overload ko to? Kawawa eh. Ano? What will happen? Ano? Fracture? Pwede rin. Ano? Tingin mo lang sa isip mo. Micro-cracking? Parang papunta tayo sa banding. Ano? Papunta tayo sa banding. Diba? Anyone? Pero pwedeng mag-fracture. Ang bibigay? Yung weak tooth structure. Because, kinuha pa yung strength na supposed to be dun sa weak tooth structure na you place your fiber. So, nangyari, at the end of the road, it will fracture yung weak because you place your reinforcement sa sound tooth structure. Kaya, huwag kayong magkakamali na ilagay lang siya ng bara-bara. Naintindihan? Now, from this point, after mo ilagay siya, that is the time that you will fill it up. Pwede kayong maglagay ng base on it, para you have your what? Steady na base for your filling. Naintindihan nyo? Hindi mo dapat, ha? And then, we all know that the primary disadvantage of composite is again, with this diagram, ulit-ulit, lalagyan natin ng more than 2 millimeters. So, after you cure it, this will lead to yung sinasabi niya, ang micro-cracking. No? You create small cracks on the surface. So, if you have small cracks, then you weaken the surface, the interfaces, and then it debonds the local areas between the bonded surfaces. Okay? Diba? sinabi ko sa inyo, na-discuss ko sa inyo last meeting about the C factor? So, dito yung papasok. Dahil gumagamit kayo ng bonding agent. No? Bonded over unbonded. No? Yung pinakamataas na summation will be the weakest or most prone to the bonding, which is, anong class yung sinabi ko? 1 and 5. Diba? So, yun. Good job. So, one way to prevent this is, again, pero kung yung family numbers, sa layering technique, 2 milliliters indicated thickness, layering technique, and another one is the use of a low viscosity, low modulus intermediary base. Diba? Wherein this base will act as elastic buffer or stress breaker between the composite and your tooth structure. Naglagay ka ng palaman sa gitna para ma-break mo yung resin stress. Okay? So, from this point, ma-achieve mo na yung stress and contraction. As I've said, yung stress and contraction nandiyan na yan panghabang buhay because you are dealing with resin. Kung hindi ka nag-deal ng resin, for example, glass ionomer, do you still have stress and contraction sa glass ionomer material? Yes or no? No. Bakit? Anong main reason? Walang resin. Dahil, bakit? Wala ka naman kasi yung bonding. Naintindihan? Okay. Now, let's go to our light cure. So, we all know, if you deal with light cure machine, hindi lang kayo basta bili ng bili. No? Bili ng bili. Bili ng ano-ano, etc. So, during our time, yung ko nga, sinasabi ko, ang light cure machine, hindi pa ganun maganda. Usually, our intensity rate is only 400 milliwatts and millimeters. If kayo ginagamit yung 1,800, can you just imagine that? So, what is the scenario? To measure the right intensity rate, you need to follow joules. Joules is watts times time. So, if you have a 400 milliwatts, dapat 40 seconds ang 2. Bakit yan? 20 seconds ka na lang. Kasi nakalahati nyo. Nasa 1,200 to 1,800
may powerbank ka?
Intensity. That's why 40 divided na sa 220 seconds. Okay, gets? Now, curing techniques. Di ba sa light cure nyo may mga indication, alagay? Pag yung diretsyo ganon, ang tawag doon ay uniform or continuous cure. Ito yung lagi yung ginagamit. No? Tuloy-tuloy yan. Hanggang 20 seconds. Tapos ang kwento. What will be the scenario pag ganito? Sometimes, doon nag-create ng stress and contraction. Dahil tuloy-tuloy na nanigas. Kaya, sa ibang sababalan, meron mga step cure na nakalagay na akala nyo pag ginamit nyo pag umanda, siya. No? Kasi ang step cure, magpumula yan sa low energy. Mahina lang. Naku, hindi doon na, ay, dahil magagamit. Low to high energy kasi. Gets na? Yun. Meron din isa pa, hindi na tayo na rock cure. Yung tsura yan. Hindi man. Rock. Yun. Ganun din yun. Nasa mababa muna, bigla siyang tataas. And lastly, will be the pulse curing. Etong na magkakawalan yung sira. Dahil, pumipitip, tanggal. Buka, tanggal. Gets? So now, what is the advantage of the pulse ramp? No? Pulse ramp, ano ba isa? Step curing. What will be the advantage of that? Anyone? Ano stress? Ano nangyayari sa stress? Mas bawas ang stress. Kasi dahan-dahan lang siya. From low, magiging high. So less stress. If it's less stress, what will happen? hindi masyado magkakaroon ng shrinkage. Good. Kaya dapat alam mo paano gamitin. Hindi puro continuous. Ha? Pero depende rin. Kahit magpo-continuous ka. Lagyan ba, layering technique, layer. Maraming exposure. Usually, minsan ako, ginagawa ko 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. Talaga ka na ng time bago. Hanggang sa mabuo mo siya. Para soft curing. Okay? Maraming advantage ng soft curing. So basically, less heat coming from the cure. So less post-operative massage. Less post-pain. No? Second, bawat sa pain, sure tayo na hindi masyado siya madeliban, dahil hindi nagugulat. Pero pag ginagamit niyo ba yung continuous? Ayun na kasi alam niya na yung continuous. So ngayon, pwede nyo lang gamitin. Yung iba-iba pang curing techniques. Okay, now, we have 2 ways that we build up our posterior restoration. The first one, last meeting, di ba, you've seen that, stump, and this is the cast build-up technique. You get a 2 millimeters piece of your composite resin, shape it in triangular shape, and then another one on the other side. Yan, lalagay ka ganyan. Without any carving, nag-create ka ng cast. Yan, hindi na rin nakita na. Then you have your cast. And then, this is your fifth cast. Parang mukhang first corner. Ha? Isa kasi dito talaga ng hindi na dito. So, first corner na. And from this point, the last 3 steps after layering technique is contouring, finishing, and polishing. During contouring, you get your articulating paper. Ask the patient to bite on it up, open, close, open, laterals, etc., forward, backward. So you would see if there's any premature contact. And from that point, get your contouring materials. It can be a disc, it can be a burr, no, pwede yan. And then remove the excess and then contour the surface. And that's the time you'll do your finishing and polishing to remove all rough surfaces found on the tooth structure. No? Paano gagawin natin dito? Yung lagi na-emphasize ko, with the light stroke, sabihin hindi madiin. No? Pag madiin, it will create what? Too much finishing and polishing will lead to microfracture. Microfracture. Microfracture is different from microfracture. Ha? Okay. So yun na. Tapos ka na. Ready ka na. Ready for what? Sealing. Now, if you want to preserve your composite resin from early abrasion, you get your etchant, 37%, apply it on the composite resin sa restoration mo. Then wash it, let it stay for 15 seconds. Then wash it with water. Totally air dry it. Then after that, apply your composite sealant, and this time cure it for 20 seconds. So that's how you do your posterior restoration using your fiber reinforced material. Okay? Ayan, question?
Alam ko kumain ng mami.
Okay.
Anong title nga?
So wala ng question? Kasi the next meeting ha, we will have our last piece of posterior restoration and make sure, please ha, magpasirox na kayo. Sana, pag nandito, nasa mga panik mo na ha. Okay, wala ng question. Okay, mag-review kayo sa last piece natin ha. Para at least wala tayo problemahin at the end of the semester. Okay? Sure, no questions? Kasi walang question po. Thank you for coming. God bless you.